Jasmine and Michelle, y'all know this was a hot mess. This mess wasn't right whatsoever. And I'm telling you right now, I feel like Gino set Natalie up to get jumped by Michelle and Jasmine. Let's get into it, shall we? Oh, yes, we shall. A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, to my nieces and nephews, and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for Auntie Advice. It's time for Auntie Advice. It's time for Auntie Advice. Hi, everybody. This is Auntie, and I'm here to do my review of 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, Season 9, Episode 6. My dear, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. This was a hot mess of an episode if I ever seen one in my life. I was so disgusted by what I saw on my set and what was basically even allowed on the set, right? So anyway, y'all, let me get through the boring ones first, the ones that ain't got nothing going on, and then we gonna get into the other ones. Shall we? Oh yes, we shall. Y'all see, I am hot as a firecracker. I did not think that I was gonna be this mad, but the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. I got a screenshot of Gino. I'm gonna put it up on the chat. I mean on the whatever it is. I'm gonna put the post up. And it's just the look in Gino's face, the laughing, the smiling, and all of that kind of crap that was going on. Y'all know I always have a problem with sharing my pictures and stuff like that. But I may try to share the picture. Y'all, this was a complete setup to me. This was a complete setup by Gino, in my opinion. But anyway, let me start with um the boy, Tigerlily and Adnan. Now, the two of them, of course, their baby is due. They're having a little boy. They've already named him and all that kind of stuff. And so she is going to a doula in order to have the doula prepare to take her placenta and put the placenta, process the placenta and put it in capsules so she can take it. This is something that women have been doing, right? I did not do this. It wasn't even thought of when I had my baby. But a lot of women are going this way. They feel like, they're getting the nutrients back into their body from the placenta. And so her husband is turned off by it. I don't know whether or not they saved the placenta in Jordan. Let me look that up because I got a feeling he was phony. Let me ask my bestie. His reaction to me was all over the top. And so I just want to ask my bestie whether or not women in Jordan, which is where he is from, I believe, whether or not they're doing it. Okay. So okay, so they say it does not have, as far as they know, there's no ruling on what to do with the placenta. It doesn't have any special significance. Okay, so maybe he don't know anything about it. They said there is no documented evidence that Jordanian women save or ritualize the placenta. So he gonna go ahead and get away with it for right now, but that's just for right now. So anyway, she has these other women, they're coming in and they're talking to him about it. He's grossed out about it and all that. While he was sitting in there was some statues of some women, right? The statues were women who appeared to be naked, and this was turning him off or either turning him on. It depends on how you look at it. And so she asked them to move it out of his presence, right off of the table. And I know that there are some men who are uncomfortable with looking at the woman's anatomy, especially with so many of them being around. But they say that this is a clinic where they want women to embrace their bodies, embrace their feminine, energy and feminine parts and stuff like that. So this is something that they have in their right to just kind of encourage women. And I can understand and see where they're coming from with that. But anyway, so the two of them, she's going to save her placenta. She said that she did this same thing with her other two sons, and she is not going to break from tradition. As we all know, the time is running out for her on changing to her religion from Christian to Islam. Of course, we all know she is going to convert, and even if she don't convert, she gonna cover up that body because she really believes that when he is trying to put curtains around her and throw rugs on top of her, right? She truly believes that this is his way of protecting her and loving her. She even said, that to her parents and stuff like that. So I really don't care what happens to Tigerlily, y'all. I just like I don't I really don't care what happens to her. I mean, it's just my opinion about it, and it just is what it is. The next couple that I want to talk about is what is her name? Kara and Gil. I always practice his name, and then I get out here and be feeling like I don't know why I do that, but Cara and her man. Now she is having her show. She has put him out of the house based on a telephone call. This week we got a little bit more. Is it Guillermo? I think it's Guillermo. She We got a little bit more information from him. He indicated that not only was Cara disrespectful to him, right? When he asked her about who was on the phone, he said she was physically hiding the phone so that he could not see, who was on the phone, what the name was on the phone. And based on that, he felt like, there's got to be a man. And I don't know whether or not it was her intention on trying to make him feel like a man. It was a man. I think so, to try to make him jealous. But, when you do stuff like that, it'll backfire on you. So, of course, she has a little show, and she is wondering whether or not he is going to come. She tells her friends at first, when they ask him where he is, she tells them that they're not staying together and everything. He moved out, but then she eventually comes out and tells the truth, because it's a difference in moving out and getting put out. Okay, we see him at a new place that he has rented out since he's been put out of the house. And I just was thinking to myself, in the beginning of this season, and y'all let me know if downtown in the chat, they made it appear that Guillermo was void of a job. Like, he did not have a job, he didn't have any income. He was running around, like a chicken with his head cut off, not knowing what he wanted to do with himself. And he has procured, okay, his own apartment. And I'm thinking to myself, now, wait a minute. So a couple of episodes ago, we saw him working at a restaurant with his friend. And if I'm not mistaken, the two of them live in Virginia. If I'm not mistaken, y'all let me know down in the chat. Let me put my glasses on just in case somebody knows. But Oh, I like that. Pam said, my husband loves and protects me, but supports my Christianity without me converting. That's beautiful. Y'all, do they live in Virginia? I guess nobody heard me. So I'm assuming, I think that they live in Virginia, and Virginia is a Commonwealth state, right? Don't ever go over to Virginia and think you gonna do a crime and you gonna walk away. I don't care if it's a traffic infraction. That's my opinion. I don't care if it's a traffic infraction. Don't ever think you gonna walk away from that sucker with just a ticket. That's what I'm saying. So when he said that they alluded to the fact that he had just started working with his friend a couple of episodes ago. And now all of a sudden, he's renting an apartment or a house on his own. He's had that been working, and they was just blowing smoke up our butt because you're not going to get a lease in Virginia unless you got some real serious rental history and some work history. There's no way in the world that the story that they were giving us before about him is true for him to be able to rent his own place. It just ain't gonna happen, and it's not gonna happen if, well, I'm assuming that she owns the house, or I don't know. I shouldn't assume. But there's no way. When he said that he got him a place that he lived by himself, I was like, hmm. Well, anyway, while he was there, he was saying he feels embarrassed about not going out with her, right? And, not supporting her. But, the way that she's been acting, putting him out the house, all of the, things that have happened over the last couple of weeks or months, like he can't mess with her. And he said that one of the things that he doesn't like about it is her nakedness. Now, on the other hand, how she, not nakedness, but just her dressing, he feels like she should put on more clothes or whatever. But it just appears it depends, though, Gil, on what her audience is, what she's trying to attract, and all that kind of stuff, right? So I don't know. Now, was she inappropriately dressed? No, not for what she was doing. She said that at first he was at a place where he was supporting her, so much so that while she was with him, he had set it up for her to be able to dance and, I guess, perform. You know, this couple was a hot mess. So she does her show, and she is going home, and she's lonely, right? She had already said that she wanted him to be there. But I'm just thinking to myself, you put somebody out. I don't know what kind of support she is providing, but I do know that he has been in the household with his son. And I'm sure, as a first time dad, especially having a boy, that he wants to be with his son, right? Um, it may not even be so much that he's missing her, but rather that he's really missing his son. And she knew that, right? But she felt like, okay, he should be able to put his feelings aside. Even though I put him out, he should be able to put his feelings aside and allow me back in the house. Boo, it just don't work like that. Y'all let me know downtown in the comment section, because as for me, and no, they don't hear nothing. So anyway, I just was like, you can't treat a person a certain way and tell them how mad to be. You just can't do it. Mm-mm. No, no way. This little story is made up, I think. Because like I said, when I saw him and he said he had an apartment and it was a home, a single family, I said, mm-mm, mm-mm. They done totally tore up. And I don't know who these people are that are writing these scripts for them, but they need to do better, because 90 Day Fiance fans live all over the country, basically all over the world. And we're going to be able to sniff out a phony fake line. The least they could have said was that he was living with a friend. But for him to get his own house, him wanting to be an astronaut or a airplane pilot, like all that stuff that just blew out the window. It done just blew out the window. It's a fake ass storyline. I don't know why they keep these people on these gravy trains. The next couple that I want to talk about is the little quad couples. Lauren, her husband, tied as Yara and Jovi. Like, why are they sitting on our? Why are they on our screen? This is a boring. They are so fucking boring. It's for them, and that and combined, they don't have enough energy to keep me watching. The only thing that I heard that they said was that Andrei lied about $75,000 that he has lost. Outside of that, I don't know if they talk about the dogs, the pets, the dog business, Lauren having to look feminine for her husband when he get home from work. I don't know what they talked about. The only thing that I know that they said was that Andrei is a scam artist. This is not the first time that we have heard this. Fuck, he working with Chuck. This family, when they came out, they had so much mess, DUIs, I believe it was, and all kinds of stuff. So we know that this is not an upstanding, righteous family. So Andrei right at home. And you ain't going to tell me that next week and a week after that when we look at this, we're going to see that Elizabeth knew. She knows about the investment, but she doesn't know that this company pulled out bullshit. Her father is over there because they're looking to buy the property. There's no reason why they're going to have Chuck come on the show, fly all the way to Moldova, only to find out that Andrei has lost $75,000. Hell, her father probably invested half of it, or maybe 75% of it, and they're in it 25%. They didn't go over there to move to Moldova. They went over there to make money in Moldova. Like, who do they think would believe this fake ass storyline? He decided to buy some property there. She said they was going to be staying with the family. Next thing you know, they at a hotel because she wants her dad to stay with her. Why her dad can't stay by himself? Yeah. Then he come in there talk about pop, and the kids was like, all right, I mean, we don't know him. Come on, y'all, get up in the game. Come on, Papa is here. Papa is here. Come on, get y'all asses up. Don't y'all see Papa here? I need them arms up. I need y'all jumping it. It was so obvious to me that there is no relationship. Chuck is doing his own thing. Didn't Chuck just have a new woman and got married or something? Chuck, baby, don't give up. And if you're from DC, you know what that means. Like, what? Chuck and Andrei and Elizabeth or Libby invested in a property and they going to check on the property. They probably just put the money down on it between the three of them, and they're going down and check the property. He probably called. This is how I see it. He called TLC and said, look, me and Elizabeth need some damn money. We need some airtime. We're going to be going to Moldova because we spent $75,000 on a piece of property in Moldova, and we want to get the storyline. What can y'all give? Can we spin a bottle for the storyline? Can we, what can we do? Can we grab straw? Can we play bingo for a storyline? And they was like, oh, okay, y'all going over to Moldova. Oh, well, let's make a storyline and say that y'all are moving there. How's that? Everybody agree? And all the little kids at the table was like, yeah. Like they at Munchkin Land. This storyline is so fake. She gets there, he's got fireworks going and all of that. And she's sitting there saying, what was that? I mean, like, what was that? Well, we're moving to Moldova. But I don't want to move to Moldova. This isn't permanent. We haven't talked about this. Girl, we already know y'all not moving there. You're making too much money in Florida. Why these people think that the 90 Day Fiance fans are so stupid, I don't know. Maybe because after all these years, we still watching this phony mess. She acts like her husband disrespects her and doesn't hear her. That ain't nothing new. What's new about Andre being disrespectful? But as we all remember, Andre fled Moldova. And I ain't gonna never let him forget that. He fled. So the fuck are we doing here? So anyway, they're going around. He's taking her back and forth to different places so that she can get Moldova in her sights. She didn't already seen those places. They probably have already flown out there, looked at all of these properties, because the little girl that was showing the property, she didn't even, he was like, I called you. She's like, okay, and just showed them the place. They know daggone well she's not gonna buy no penthouse, right? Because the place didn't even look, it didn't even look livable for me. It was just too formal and all. I'm like, I want a house that I could call a home. And then they went to go and see a townhouse. Neither one of those properties, in my opinion, were properties that you would buy if you got little kids like they do, right? And they probably not even finished having kids. But anyway, that was so funny. Twila, what do you want? What do you get down to? Twila, get down. I'll take you out. You have to wait. I got you. I'll get you. I'm coming. Just wait. Oh, big old black self. I just was like, this is some bull crap. So what other couple do I have to talk about? I talked about, don't know if I think I talked about everybody. So I'll go ahead on and get into this Gino bullshit. In my opinion, Gino set Natalie up. This, in my opinion, was a setup. He never had the right intentions. And the way that I was looking at it, I felt like Michelle and Jasmine jumped her. Michelle definitely, in my opinion, overstepped her bounds. But Gino knew this shit was going down. Natalie comes in to see Gino. I believe he lives in Chicago. She coming to see this sorry motherfucker that ain't even got a job, bitch, last time I know. He's at a flower shop buying her flowers. He goes over to the hotel room and gives her the flowers, and she's like, I got the same color on. She's excited because she doesn't know that she is being used, in my opinion, to fuck with Jasmine. So she's like, go ahead on. and put a bubble bath on and put a whole bunch of bubbles in there for me. Okay, Gino? Can you do that? He like, yeah, I could do it. She said, I'm going to go ahead on and give him something tonight because I ain't getting no younger. I ain't no young chick, so I ain't no young chick, so let me just go ahead on and get you. And like, I just was like, what? So Gino, of course, we all know, is still in love with Jasmine. He playing around with his cousin Michelle and her husband. They don't have not anything but glowing words for Jasmine. They don't want Natalie around. The cousin, Michelle, is so intertwined up Jasmine's ass that she will believe what she wants to believe to the point where Gino is miserable. That's when your family's too involved. They too involved. But they probably had to take Gino to school in the morning, bring him back. They probably had to teach Gino how to ride his bike. They probably had to go up to the school and fight people for that ball spot that probably has always been in Gino's head since he was 5. And they've probably made every major decision for Gino. So they have not cut the apron strings or any other, the puppet strings or anything else with Gino. Whatever they tell Gino to do, Gino does it. Gino is playing a game to stay on the show because he is unemployed last time we checked. So Gino is blowing smoke up Natalie's ass from the time he comes into the room until the time he left. And Natalie is thinking, I am going to be with this man and he going to do right by me. No, he not. He's over Jasmine because this is what he's telling her. But look at his actions. I don't care what he say. What's his act? I'm acting like I'm talking to normal fucking people. These people are weird. They're weird. Let me see who my top fan. I knew it had to be Pamela Cleveland because I can see a little bit. Pamela is out there running that mouth. Hey, Pam girl, we got Ray Della coming in number 2. Okay, see Becky at 3. Our top 3 top fans is Pamela Cleveland, Ray Della Lewis, and see Becky child. Y'all are out there having y'all a convo for real. So one day, girl, we was looking for you at the birthday party meet and greet. I got something for you, sweetie. I think because what I noticed is ain't no shirts come home. So I don't know what my nieces did with them shirts. So one day I had your shirt and everything for you, boo. I don't know what happened, but you were missed. And I'm telling you, I'm about to call my nieces because I'm telling you, I know for a fact no shirts came home. I'm so sorry, baby. Then she's like, go ahead on in there, put a whole lot of bubbles in. Gino puts a whole lot of bubbles in. He happens to have a pair of trunks or some drawers. So she comes out of the room and everything. And I mean, out of changing and everything into her little bathing suit. And she hops into the tub and her butt cheeks are bruised. I mean, I'm talking about purple. If y'all did not notice when that girl stepped up in that tub that her butt cheeks was purple, I don't know what y'all was because I was like, why is her bum bun purple like that? Is she bruised up? Did she do some watercolors at home with the back of her? But she was purple. He said she got a big ass the way he liked it and everything. Oh, I saw it. It was purple though. Them butt cheeks was purple. Y'all let me know what make people butt cheeks be purple, okay? And so, he comes out, he gets in the tub, he got a hat on, and she's just like Jasmine. You gonna take your hat off? No. So she's doing the same thing that the other chick did and let Gino walk around with a hat on all day. I thought she was going to at least challenge him. But she no better than Jasmine because I can't imagine being with someone and we're in a hot tub and I'm thinking we're going to be intimate because she already alluded to the fact that she was ready and prepared to do that. And he gets in with a hat. That would have been such a turn off for me. But this is how you can tell it's scripted because any woman who is coming to see a man for the second time in his state to meet his family and his friends, and he wears a hat in the tub, he ain't serious about me. This is hiring me as an actress. This is my opinion. Hiring me as your do girl. Hire me as your girlfriend. Because there's no way that you really serious about this relationship and you getting in the bathtub with a but anyway, I digress. So she's in the tub and she's feeling Gino's energy, right? And Gino is sitting up there talking about he's looking at bitch. He's looking at her and he just realized that she resembles Jasmine. When Gino swiped left on her profile, he knew that she looked like Jasmine. This is probably what made him attracted to her from the giddy up. But they want to sell us that Gino initially got in the tub to make love to her. This is the same stuff that Gino did when he was with Jasmine, unable to get it up. So with Jasmine, and just bear with me for a little bit because my mind is saying, with Jasmine, he said it was Jasmine's attitude, the fussing and all of that. What is it with her? Now, all of a sudden, he doesn't know if he's ready to be done with her. I know you lying. Y'all, I sat there and I had to pause. I said, I know this is what we're doing. A teenager wrote this. Because tell the truth, y'all, we all saw this coming. We know that everything that he is doing is for shock and horror. Everything he is doing is for a click and a view. He's Dante London. Now he's telling her, she asked him, well, are you going to spend the night with me since you ain't give me nothing in the tub? And now he's saying, I ain't going to spend the night because I still got feelings for Jasmine. I don't think Gino and Jasmine ever split. I think that Gino's a cover up. That no, I think that Jasmine's a cover up for Gino. I think Gino resents her. I think that he resents bringing her over here. Really, I'm so tired. I think it's a whole lot more that's going on than what meets the eye. But anyway, I digress. He tells her, he takes her out to a park. I was wondering if it was the same park that was his favorite place with Jasmine. But he took her out to a park and everything, and they're walking around, and she's admiring the park. And the two of them are talking, and Gino tells her about the birthday party, that his cousins are having a birthday party and would she like to go? And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the party and everything. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. Is Jasmine gonna be there? Of course Jasmine's gonna be there. Unbelievable. She's like, how Jasmine gonna act? This is none of her business. It's gonna be okay. Well, I mean, she unpredictable. But what she can't do is say I ain't tell her. See, what Gino wanted to make sure that happened is that they was able to sign the liability clause in the contract. So he had to tell her something, give her a little smidget of a heads up because he needed to sign that, have her sign if anything happened to my ass and I get my ass whooped or beat down here. I don't hold Gino liable because he warned me. Did he? He told you, but he didn't warn you. He didn't warn you on what was coming. And the thing about it is, he told me, I wish that Michelle and her husband had not invited Jasmine, but you know how close they are with Jasmine and you. But we're supposed to play along with this charade of a game. Like, oh, hi, boo. You see how tired I am? I'm yawning like I don't know what. And I came out the other day and I did my review on 90 Day Fiance. Hunt for Love with the members, and I'm going to do another one tonight. Even if I got to go down there and take me a shot, I'm going to get that done tonight, okay? Gino, in my opinion, set this shit up. He gave her enough of a warning and downplayed, in my opinion, Jasmine's behavior. He knew what was going on. And most of all, he know that Michelle and her husband were not interested in meeting her. So it is the day of the daggone party. It's at a bar with a pool table and so on and so forth. She comes in there. They got the little gifts up on the table and everything. Unbeknownst to her, her whole life about to change. She comes in there, and I don't know why she did not pick it up, but she comes in there, and she meets the cousins. Gino has already filled them in about this young lady. And the next thing you know, the cousin saying, well, didn't you and Jasmine go out to dinner? She know that that's not what that was. But she's completely 100% on Jasmine's side. So she has no room for Natalie. The cousin is making it difficult for her to trust Gino because she's accusing Gino of playing games. Gino says that, he didn't know whether or not, the option was there or whatever. So, of course, she asked him, so was you looking to see if there was still an opportunity for you to be with Jasmine? Like what is going on? Next thing we know, Jasmine comes in the club, talk about don't no party start until sunshine come up. But she got her little, I don't know if he's her good Judy or what he is, but he's walking behind her with a package, look like some cupcakes or something like that she contributed to because it damn sure wasn't a gift for Gino. How did Gino not know she was coming and coming with cupcakes? Gino knew. So she comes in with Matt all loud, put all the attention on her, makes a little comment. So, are we playing? Is this something in Vegas or whatever? Is this where the whores are or something like that in Vegas? And I'm just like, what? So of course Natalie is unprepared. She by herself in a state that she don't know nobody but Gino. The cousin Iffy is I don't know what. She ain't even 50-50. She 1090. She freaking loves Natalie. She was trying to convince Gino last week that Natalie still got a thing for I mean that she still has a thing for her, and I don't believe it. So anyway, next thing you know, Jasmine is talking, talking about the girl and saying, why did we invite the strippers? And the girl runs up on Jasmine, which she shouldn't have did. And Jasmine pushed her back. So here's how a lady handles that. Because I kept putting myself in that position, and I know how I am. I was telling my girlfriend the other day, um, I don't even know if I should say this, but I was telling her the other day because she had attended my meet and greet. And my sister is the life of everybody's party. My little baby sister. She is unapologetically her. And she came to celebrate her big sister. And I did not realize until the end, and I don't know why. This is a side note. I did not realize until the end that my brother was there. But one of the young ladies that was there at the party knew my brother. And my brother walked in, and my sister walked in behind him, right? I can't believe I'm telling this. Forgive me, sis. And the girl walked up on my brother to just greet him. Now, mind you, I don't know, I don't find out none of this till like a day after. And she said, I walked up on your brother to say hi. And she said, my sister was like, wait a minute, what? What's going on? And my brother had to say, wait a minute, no, we used to work together. We worked together, right? And my sister was like, oh, okay, okay. So she said she just kind of smiled and kept on talking. They kept on talking, and my sister let them talk. And I said, I'm so glad. Heaven knows I'm so glad that you stood down on that. Because, hunty, had you not, it would have been on and popping. And before you would have known what happened, There would have been 30 chicks outside like that on your ass. And it wouldn't have been nothing I would have been able to do because I was, meeting and greeting and taking pictures. And I said, I'm so glad you stood down on that because I'm going to tell you one thing, honey. Before you knew it, it'd have been 30 chicks. And they would have told you. Don't get it twisted. I said my sister crazy about our brothers, all of our brothers. Okay. Thank you, Ray Dalla. Ray Dalla, to see your sister was a delight. Thank you. That's my sister. She's unapologetically her. Always has been, always will be. But I was like, girl, sometimes you got to stand down. If I was her, I would have let Jasmine act like a fool. I would have walked up on Jasmine and not. You have got to be the person that nobody suspects in the room will whoop your whole entire life together. Her calling me a whore and all of that, it wouldn't even have moved me. First of all, she was in another state. And I know she got mad because she was calling her a Vegas whore. But them words wouldn't have hurt me because as long as I know I'm not a whore, I'm good. And if I am a whore, I'm a good whore too. So either way, I'm good. Jasmine picks on people she thinks she can pick on. Jasmine would have had to. So So you got to stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, right? The girl wasn't ready for what was going on. And then the next thing you know, Michelle was all up in it and everybody was laughing and stuff like those men were laughing. Gino's cousins was laughing. Where is that picture? Let me see if I got it on this. Gino was laughing. Let me see if I can find this picture. Gino thought that was funny. And I know a lot of people missed it because there was a lot going on. But I feel like Gino set her up. And I really believe, in my opinion, the way that Michelle fell on her when the guard was pulling them out, I really believe Michelle and them jumped her. That's what I saw. If I had to give a police report, right, I would give a police report saying that she got jumped. When I saw this particular picture, come on, damn it. And she was falling up on this girl. Hold on. When they was pulling her away and she fell up against this girl like this, and her and Jasmine was swinging, and I couldn't tell which one. When she fell up, this is Michelle falling all up on the girl. No, you know, you too close. But I saw Gino laughing. Let me find that picture where Gino was laughing. The cousin is laughing. Both the cousins laughing. Both of these men are laughing. He's laughing and he's laughing. They think this funny. They pulling her back and they're laughing. Even the one in the back, he's laughing. And he's faking like he's holding Gino back. But let me show you the one where Gino was cracking up. See if I got it. Gino thought this stuff was funny. Gino needs to go and get his gut checked too. Because look at this gut. He need to go and get his gut checked. He needed a enema, or a little. Let me find that daggone picture of Gino cracking up, laughing at what's happening to this girl. It's undeniable. Dang it, I ain't got it. Hey, boo. Jasmine ain't psycho. She just knew she had back. She knew she had support. She knew that Michelle was going to ride or die with her. All the cousins was around there laughing. They thought that it was the funniest thing at Natalie's expense. But if Natalie had to stood down and just been like, okay, I'm a whore, she would have been the aggressor on me. Because when she stepped up, she became the aggressor. When she walked up on Jasmine, and all Jasmine was using was words, she gave Jasmine carte blanche to act a fool because she felt threatened. I would have let Jasmine do whatever she wanted to do. And what she would have put her hand on me, I would have. The girl got knocked off because she didn't have nobody there, in my opinion, that supported her. Michelle didn't like her. And it was obvious that Michelle didn't like her. They set the party up for the girl to come there and feel comfortable and let her guard down. Michelle did everything that she could to make her feel stupid and look stupid in front of everybody. And as far as I was concerned, Gino set her up. Now, it may not be actual, it may not be factual, but it's damn show my opinion. I didn't do Darcy, and I ain't got it to do with Darcy. We'll wait till something really happens. I don't care about Darcy going up on no mountain. I'm sorry, Britt Boo, nothing against you, but I ain't got. I can't stand Darcy. She too old to be acting the fuck like that. Anyway, I digress. Y'all let me know. I felt like this was a setup. They walked her into a setup. I'm gonna do a poll and see whether or not y'all felt like it was a setup. Maybe it was just me feeling like it was a setup, but let me see. I'm gonna take a poll. Okay, here go the poll. Did Michelle know that Jasmine was going to come in at 100 and something was going to pop off? You saw Leah? You see this a be I absolutely noticed the bruising on Nellie's butt. I actually paused to check again. I ran it back a couple of times to be sure that I was seeing what I was saying. Absolutely. Let me see where y'all are in the votes. I'm going to cut it off at 50. Right now we have 32 votes. Did Michelle know Jasmine was going to come in at 100 and something was going to pop off? 94% of y'all are saying yes, while 6% are saying no, and we are at 33 votes. I truly believe it. Gino sat at the park and told her, "Are you going to be okay with it? You know, Jasmine's going to come in." But like I said, he didn't tell the real deal about how Jasmine was going to handle that. Y'all, I'm sorry, he just didn't. And for Michelle, when the black guy, the black security guard, was pulling Natalie back, Jasmine and Michelle arms was going like this. Go back and look. And when he finally was able to pull Natalie back, Michelle fell and used the girl to get back up. And Natalie froze. Y'all, Natalie was like the audacity of this bitch to fall. She wasn't holding Jasmine back because her back was to Jasmine. Why is she up on her back? Where's the picture? Her back was up on her. Michelle's back was to Jasmine. How is Michelle trying to hold Jasmine back if Michelle is forward facing, Jasmine's forward facing, and Michelle falls down? If Michelle was trying to stop Jasmine from fighting, Michelle would have fell back like this on Natalie, not like this on Natalie. I'm telling you. I'm going to end the poll because it's just going on too long. I'm going to end the poll at 41 votes so we can get it what it is. Did Michelle know Jasmine was going to come in at 100 and something was going to pop off? 95% of y'all said yes, while 4% of y'all said no. And it was 41 votes. Again, Michelle fell forward onto Natalie, not backwards. And in a DC street, that would have got you. Are we coming around the corner? We are coming back. Because if Michelle thought anything about Natalie, she would have been holding Jasmine back. Not in front of Jasmine. Let me see if I can find that picture again. Let me find that picture again. There's Michelle falling forward. You know where Jasmine is? If Michelle was trying to guard, she would have fell backwards. She should not be holding that girl around her leg like that. Why is Michelle right here? Mm-mm. Bitch, no. Because you can even see the security guard looking. Let me see. Really? This girl gets outside with Gino and she is pissed. She came in there on some bullshit that Gino allowed to happen. She said, you gotta let this girl know what it is. I blame you for this, and I did too. Because I felt like she walked into a setup. She said Jasmine was so fucked up that her fillers in her face was half concocted, crooked, dented, holy. Said Jasmine looks a hot mess when you see her in person. And I believe she do. Because every time you turn around, she doing something to her face. Whether it's some type of skin peel or whatever, she's always doing something to her face. And she told Gino was like, I didn't know that was going to happen. How did you not know that was going to happen? You knew when she asked you on the park bench, you knew how Jasmine was coming. But the sad part about it is Mark is standing around there looking stupid. I mean, not Mark, Matt. He's looking dumb because he has no control over this situation whatsoever. Here, this is a woman he claims he loves. She comes in and introduces him as the roommate. When you got to be calling somebody a roommate and quantifying and qualifying what somebody is, you ain't got no relationship with them like that for real, for real. The roommate, she said that Gino broke the promise because they're supposed to approve the person. Jasmine's not ready to approve anybody. She's ready to fuck Matt, but she's not ready to approve anybody because she's not in a place like she's been on Instagram today talking about she homeless. Girl, she told me she been homeless in another country. This was a country she was desperate to come to and left two kids, two minor children to come to. Okay. So Natalie is pissed. Gino is remorseful. But y'all go back and look at it. Gino was laughing. Gino thought this was funny. That this was a good kiki, and so did his family. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But this is the end of my review, and that's sad too. Okay. This is the end of my review, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to go ahead and let these dogs out, let them use the bathroom, give me a little drink or something to wake myself up. And I will be back with my 90-day fiance hunt for love. And that's going to be quick. Like, I'm going to come and I'm going to kid it and I'm going to quit it. Like, for real, for real. All right. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Bye, y'all.